Oof, man. So, 2 days ago, whenever, I think it was Saturday, Saturday, like early in the AM, definitely past midnight, I tried weed again, but I didn't smoke it. I had it in a edible, like a drink, right? That was the worst fucking thing I've ever put myself through. After being 5 months sober and trying weed again, and I used to smoke weed all the time. Oh, this eucalyptus towel is bringing me life right now. But it's just so calming. Anyway, though, so here's what happened. My mind is so fragmented some days. It's so, like, I feel like I caught a very bad, lost, old soul. And this is what's fucking me up because, okay, I naturally have my own vibration, my own frequency. But some days, I ain't gonna lie, it makes it tough for me to do anything and enjoy the person I am because I'm always trying to get stronger. Like, I just came back from the gym. I've been going to the gym every other day. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, up, and then it changes to Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then it repeats back to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and then it just repeats. Anyway, I've been doing that consecutively, and I have been getting stronger, so that's a plus. But I really feel like, back to the weed thing, I felt like I was so far down in this rabbit hole, like so deep. Like, it's so bad, such a horrible feeling. Like, I felt like everyone was out to, like, low-key get me. Like, everything was just at me. Like, and somebody else that smokes weed, probably on the regular would be like, oh, that's some good weed right there. It makes you that. But nah, that being that level of anxious, that level of anxiety, unmistakably, if it's like, it's so unapologetic. Like, there was nothing to grasp anymore. I even like had to call my moms. I was like, you gotta be the feds. You gotta be the ops. Like, why doesn't my family like me? Or why is everyone like, I feel like I give off this scary persona. And deep down in my heart and in the root of my hippocampus, my entire mind, not just the hippocampus, but where my memories, the core of me, at the whole entire brainstem. Like, I know I'm a loving, sweet soul. And dealing with this mayhem, this extreme level of frustration, just because, the system is corrupt, and, I want to be close to nature. I don't really agree with, working in buildings and structures and limiting your energy, rubber at the bottom of your shoes to where you can't ground, cotton on your clothes to where it limits your, like on a frequency standpoint and on a spiritual standpoint. I am disgusted with the way the world is, and the fact that people don't get that the time of the earth, the timelines are shifting. People went from being told, oh, just don't worry about it, shoot, don't go back there, little man crazy, we gotta pay for him to get some some help. And like, or even the veterans on the side of the road, like they all of this stuff, like I don't even know how to put it all into one, make it come full circle or what I'm trying to say. But I'm so irritated by how things are in the way of the system. Like, one, it's gonna fall. People are tired. People don't want to just it's me speaking from myself too, but this is what I hear, too, around me. Like, people don't have time to figure themselves out. They don't know where they're coming from, why they're here, who they are. I'm one of those people sometimes too. I feel like a lost soul too, but I know that I come from a place of love. I know I come from eternity, because I don't believe in none of these man-made concepts and being on the clock and all this stuff. Like, I don't, like, that limits my mind, the way I think and the way I process things. The way I'm such an abstract mind. And like, the way things are, like, they got liquor stores on every corner, churches, and all of these things to make you experience separation. And us souls, we're just here to remember. And and I get it that you want to kind of forget so you can enjoy the whole story of remembering who you are and having an experience and all that. I get that part too. And me smoking weed back then probably limited my who I was. Like, I was drowning my real self. And going back to weed the other day, I felt like I opened the entire dimension, a dark shadow realm. Like, my shadow self, like, was trying to cling on to me again. And I had to, maybe it all is a placebo. Everything's placebo, right? Maybe we're all stuck in a delusion or whatever. But, like, I really don't think some days people know, like, you can have it kind of figured out, but even if you have it figured out, okay, that might work for you and not the next person, so there's, one, levels to it, and two, there's different paths that all, I guess lead back home or whatever. And some people get trapped. And I don't know how to really bring this story I'm trying to tell you right now together, but I've been through a lot, y'all. Like, even today, I remember meeting Scarface, Brad Jordan, right? Very awesome person. And he told me, do anything you want to, just don't do music. I literally, like, I get why. I have such a deep understanding of why he said that, because his intentions might have been good, but it, like, tempted me to even want to do music even more. Like, us men, we have a thing to where you tell me you can't do that, I bet you I'll prove you wrong. Like, we like to put ourselves in a type of competition. And with this music thing I've been doing, with all these songs, all these new beats, this creativity, I do love creating things over destroying things. But it's getting to a point to where some of the fragmented pieces of how I think become, even trying to be the glue. Like, my soul is like the glue, right? My physical, I got my the way I think mentally, the things I feel through my senses, my observation, how I really think things in, like, on a meticulous level, like in all the detail I can give it. It fragments so much some days to where it's just like, well, dang, maybe I was hijacked. maybe I'm not the person I said I was. Maybe I'm not the person, or I'm becoming the person I think I am. And that's what irritates me some days, because of course I want to be the best version of myself. I want to protect myself. I want to protect this vessel, figure things out, Like, I'm one of those people that believe if I tap into my mind deep enough, I'll take off flying. you know, I don't shun telekinesis or none of the superpowers away. I feel like they, some people kind of put it in your face. I've had cases to where I've done some weird stuff. Like I walk into a room, lights start flickering. I've had, the wind come out of nowhere just by me thinking, dang, I'm hot. Like, and I feel like we're all universes. You're the you in the verse everyone, not versus everyone, like on a, oh, we gonna fight it out, type of thing, but on this vast plane, this net, the planet. And whatever your plan is, I think always just carry love and good intentions, regardless of what you go through. The reason I tell people, like just leave me, like, not alone. I don't want to be alone, but at the same time, I will accept being alone if the people I'm around make me think small or make me feel like even more alone than I was by myself. You know what I mean? And I do want to create healthy boundaries, healthy habits, and this is me being so authentic and pure right now with y'all. Like, I know I say a lot of things. I do a lot with the music and all that. I'll be saying foof, frequency oscillating over our futures, and I believe in frequency, like that and all that. That's why I gotta keep a good frequency to me and an authentic frequency to me. But hold on, cause I'm talking, but I mean what I say. Ooh. That's why I say leave it to me though some days, because this beast, this is I don't even want to call it an archon. Like, I feel like I'm a lost aeon from the pleroma or something, like, some days. And shoot, maybe I am, I guess, you are what you think. And a lot of people want to siphon power, and it's toxic, because some days, like, I'm like, well, dang, I don't even want to be around that person, or I don't want to be around them because they pulling energy from me, and I'm so sacred, and maybe that's not the right way to go about it, because a real mastermind can be around anybody and anything and still hold on to their energy and not spill it. You know what I'm saying? Spill if you want to call it loosh or leak frequency or energy or whatever you want to call it. Like, and so I'm trying to get to that point to where, and I still need help some days. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've been isolated for a long time. It hurts some days when I think back, dang, like I was in a 9-year relationship with somebody that, said they would be there forever, and, that didn't happen. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, because I know, one, we was both fucking up. And I ain't gonna get into that whole thing, but I recognize now I could have done a lot more. I could have, for myself and for her, and all that. But I had to put myself first, and I'm glad she left me so I could do that. So I can learn how to do that, you know what I mean? And now I'm at the point to where I'm like, well, shoot, I might be ready to try it again, I might, shoot. But having a calling, when you get that call from God, like, that's why I say God, he ain't gonna just he gonna ready the called. He ain't gonna call the ready. He ain't gonna make a call to the people that's ready. He's just gonna ready the called already. You know what I mean? And when you have that calling, it's just like, you better listen. Take a commercial break, intermission. You know what I'm saying? You better clear your vision. You better be pure. And I'm not the brightest crayon in the box. I ain't gonna lie. I might come up with some things that nobody else can, and that's okay. I'm different. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. Shoot, almost tripped up on my word right there. But yeah, I'm okay with all that. I gotta let myself be, and not let yourself lose anything to where you out of character. Just be. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a curious person. I'm curious. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I used to watch Curious George back then. And Curious George grew up to be Sun Wukong. And you gotta still tame yourself. You gotta tame that person too. Because ultimately, all you got is you at the end of the day. You can only care for you. Ain't nobody coming to save nobody. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't do neither one of them. And, I often think, well, dang, who saves the savior, right? But it's a tough battle with this beastly energy. It's a tough, but I will never allow myself to go just completely evil and stop giving a fuck about everything. I can't, it's just not me. I have such a big heart. Love overpowers everything. I was taught that. I'll stand firm on that. I ain't trying to hear all that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to hear about the dark versus the light. They both necessary. How would you know what light is without the dark, and vice versa? You know what I mean? So, joy, pain, sunshine, rain. They put it in the music and all that. I peep game. You just gotta have one of those. You just gotta observe. And most of all, observe how you observe. And I mean, if you want to learn yourself, like a lot of people go towards, the Bible, the book. Put yourself in those stories. All those stories about the flood and all that. They was talking about you. You know what I'm saying? Every single one of us as a collective. You know what I mean? I don't think it's one without the other now. Well, I do believe, too, that it was this one atom versus, on the dark matter side, you got that one. One of them overpowered the other, so all this could be. But even beyond that, because I don't want to get stuck on the scientific loophole either. Everybody be searching quantum physics and all that. Just the stuff is here, I mean, stop trying to map all this stuff out, man. Just love. That's all you gotta do. Be authentic about it, though. Don't tell me. I ain't just want to be told, oh, I got your back. Let me give you a hug, and then you looking on my back for another soft place to stab me at. Yeah, don't do that. You know what I mean? But back to the weed thing, right? They got some chemicals in that shit. I don't think it's the same. The earth changes, people frequency changes. Sometimes you outgrow relationships. Old relationships, relationships with yourself. I don't know why. I had trouble getting that out. But love conquers all. Keep y'all's head up. Ooh, man, we're gonna figure it out together. But always love above all this. They got too much to worry about. I ain't trying to hear all that. Ooh, man, through the symbolism, through my actions, through my beyond my voice, beyond my vibration, beyond my image. I love myself and I love y'all. And that's where we're going to leave it at.